offence to...
Wouldn't be classed as a stalking offence.
Pardon?
It wouldn't be classed as a stalking offence.
No, it wouldn't. Definitely not. Stalking is quite a lengthy legislation about, it talks about being persistent.
Oh, yeah, I totally understand that it's something over a long period of time.
It would appear to me, and again, I don't know, but looking at what I've got in front of me, black and white, and what you said, that it's followed you to try and get an explanation as to why you videoed the building that I was in.
Right, and I said to him because I wanted to.
Yeah, and that's fine. You've not wanted to, explain any more than that.
Well, no, because when he actually said to me, "You do know it's a Masonic lodge," I said, "Yes, that is why I was filming it."
Yeah.
And to be he sort of hinted to me that he had enough details because he didn't want my name or my address. So if he was unduly concerned, he would have, in my opinion, been more than happy to have, had the police, had me phone the police.
No, you do make a fair point.
It was as though he just wanted to threaten me with lodge members.
Yeah, some people would have, rather than following your car, that's what he's done to the shop and then confront you. Some people would have jotted the registration number down and rung the police.
Yeah.
Some people would
have.
Yeah. That's the simple truth of it, and I understand that. Some people would have done nothing at all. Personally, I would have probably done nothing at all.
Well, that's the way I feel. I wouldn't have done anything either.
But I am mindful. Different people deal with things in different ways.
Yeah. Well, this Mark, the other officer who phoned me yesterday, he started quoting the Human Rights Act to me and said I'd invaded his privacy.
Well, that's his opinion. That's his opinion. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to be a bit balanced and trying to think, why would he want to do what he's done, first of all? But the conversation he's had with you when he's actually caught up with you is another issue that we'll talk about in a minute. But, as I've said, in my opinion, you doing what you've done, as innocent as it appears to be,
yeah.
All I'm saying is, I can quite understand why he would have, his suspicions may have been, he might have suspicions about somebody doing that.
Yeah, which, that's fair comment to him. If that's absolute fair comment to him, if he sort of thought, oh, wait a minute, why is that person videoed? And then, because we'd sort of driven away, it could have looked as if we'd been videoing and quickly drove away, I suppose, as well. But, with us not seeing him.
He's then caught up with you.
Yeah, but the thing is, because he took our number plate, he sort of insisted he didn't need to know any other details from me, as he'd be passing it on to the lodge members. Now that sort of suggests that there's people in that lodge that could get my details from my number plate, and I'll be honest with you, I felt quite alarmed by his comments.
Right, okay. Well, I can understand where you're coming from in terms of, if you feel, I don't know how they would get your details from the number plate.
Well, like I say, there's plenty of police officers who are lodgemen.
Right, okay.
But rather than do it down the correct route where I wanted to telephone the police, he didn't. He even though he had originally threatened me with the police, when I wanted to go down that route, he didn't want to.
Yeah.
So it just all felt a bit suspicious to me.
Right, okay. So what? Going back to my original question, what would you like us to do about this chap's act?
Well, I just wanted him sort of talking to, as in, if I'd followed somebody and made a veiled threat to them, because that's what I feel it was, a veiled threat. If I'd done that to somebody, I would expect the police to be knocking on my door, sort of letting me know, you're not allowed to do this to people, because I'd not committed any offence. I would understand if I'd gone onto his property, videoed through his window. He'd have had every right to have come out and lynched me and phoned the police if I'd done that. But I've got to be honest with you, when my husband said the van was following us, I started to feel a bit panicky, because I didn't know what his intentions were. And he was a very calm, polite man. I'm not saying he wasn't polite at all. But he made veiled threats to me that I felt alarmed by.
Right, okay. I'm just having a look. Just bear with me a whilst.
Thank you.
I'm just making sure that I'm just confident that he's not rung us as well. I'm just wondering if.
He did say he was going to pass my details on to the police, and that's when I offered to phone them, because I said, I don't understand what you're trying to accuse me of. He said, well, if something happens, I said, so what are you trying to accuse me of? Are you trying to foresee a crime I might commit? I've not got a criminal record. I've never been in bother with the police.
No, you haven't, but again, going back to what he might think with somebody.
Yeah, so when I offered to phone the police, I don't understand why he then went on to sort of say, well, there's no need for that because I'll be giving you details to lodge members. It doesn't make sense to me. And, I've talked to a couple of people about this since the incident, and a couple of people have said to me, you do know the police will not even consider taking your complaint, you won't do anything about it.
Can I just ask, is your car a silver Nissan?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Silver Nissan Note.
What was he driving?
It was a van.
Did you get that? I think I've got it.
It was a van with Ilkley Catering Company wrote on it.
Yeah, so I have got the reg.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I think you made a fair point about what you're saying is you want him at least spoken to and advised regarding how you felt.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, just to make sure that you're confident that he isn't going to start giving your registration to all and sundry.
Yeah, lodge members.
If that happens, are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Absolutely.
It may already be in the process of being done. I don't know because, as I say, I've not spoken to the two officers. But
oh, excuse me.
If nothing else, I understand the point you're making about. Whilst I understand why he may have followed you, I also understand why you feel the way you do.
I mean, if he'd come out to me while we were sort of parked up there, and said, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" I would have sort of said, "I'm filming the Masonic Lodge," or "I'm just filming the building." And if he'd have said to me, "Well, I live here," I would have said, "Oh, do you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't realise anybody lived there." And I would have showed him the footage to show him there was nothing sinister on it.
Yeah.
And been on my way if he'd sort of been happy with that. But it was the fact that he followed me, and he said he worked from there, and obviously because I needed to find out who this guy was, we've put the lodge and what have you in the internet and an Ilkley Catering Company, and I don't even know if he does live there because there's about 90 businesses registered to that address.
Yeah, I don't know. What I'll do, because I think one of the officers is working later on this evening. When they come on, I'm going to speak to them.
Yeah, because I do feel that because it's to do with the Masonic Lodge, I've not been taken seriously.
That's why I'm suggesting this. I know where you're coming from, and I want to negate those feelings that you've got. I know what used to happen 30, 40, 50 years ago, and the links with the Masonic Lodge and various rumours about the place. And if all I can do is reassure you that, personally, as far as I know, I know why you feel that way, and you've got a right to feel that way. But because of that, let's speak to this lad. Let's speak to this guy who was driving this van.
Yeah.
Let's find out who he is, and I'll make sure that he understands your feelings and what he mustn't do.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much.
And then I'll get somebody to update you. If it's not, I finish at 5, and
brilliant.
Inquiries might, if for instance, I might go and he might not be there, so I might have to retry. So, can you leave it with me?
Of course I will. I mean, the reason I wanted to speak to yourself is, and sort of take it that bit further was, I was really upset yesterday when I was called goading and provocative.
Right.
It's just really strange that somebody follows me and I'm the one who's called goading and provocative, and it just.
Well, again, I haven't listened to your telephone message. I don't know why the officers have felt that way. So leave it with me.
Brilliant, thank you.
I'll do what I can, and I'll certainly let you know. But realistically, it might be. Hopefully, it'll be over the weekend. But it might be going into early next week. But I'll update you.
Fantastic, thank you ever so much. What was your name again? Sorry, I've got
Sergeant Beck.
Sergeant Beck. Yeah. Thank you, Sergeant Beck.
All right then.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.